What are you making, bud?
Fishing rod. Here's the
Sweet.
fishing pole.
Where's your hook?
Right here, this wire. So you just take it out of right there and unwind it.
Oh, right on.
And let me show you. So you just and then you bait your hook, and then you go like that, and then you go like that in the water.
Oh yeah. Cool.
And then when you have a fish, you just go like, and then you get the line and start pulling it in.
Right on.
With your hands.
Looks good to me. So here's what else we got going on here. These gas risers finally showed up. These are not a common item for residential stuff. Usually you don't have a 2-inch gas line running to your house the way we do, because our gas meter is way over there, like we said earlier. But these we ordered like 3 or 4 months ago, and they just finally got here now, which is good because it's just starting to get cold, so we got to get this gas turned on. But I've never done this before. Just kind of reading the instructions, trying to figure it out here. But these are the big couplings that attach that to that. And it's just like a compression fit thing. You just have to chamfer the pipe in a certain way, kind of bevel the edges so it guides that into place, and they should just slide on. So see how it goes, I guess. I don't know. Okay, there it is. That wasn't bad at all. Dad came up with a really good idea. I did most of the, you have to cut this chamfer on there. So you have to, on the end of the pipe, it kind of looks, the marker doesn't want to work, but you kind of cut a little bevel on there on the end of the pipe, so it kind of guides that fitting in, so all the gaskets go where they're supposed to. So I cut most of it with a knife, but Dad said, hey, why don't you grab a round file and clean it up, and it worked great. It slid right on. I thought that was going to be really difficult, but it was not. So that's awesome. Got one more to do on the other side. I'll go put that together now, and we can get some gas on soon. Get some heat on in this place. It's starting to get cold. So this is back over at our gas pedestal here. House is over there. Power box is there. This will be our gas meter. So these are those little sleeves I showed you earlier. This is Sask Energy's pipe, and this is mine. So these worked out really nice here. This is going to be a lot harder to connect, I think, this side than the other one was, but I had to dig way under here so that pipe can go up through that sleeve, and then all this stuff will be kind of protected in behind these posts here from tractors or quads or dirt bikes, whatever riff-raff is gonna go on in the bushes here over the years, right? So gotta cut that guy to length, put that chamfer on it again, and hopefully get these guys to slip together here. I might have to wait for my brother to give me a hand on this one. Or maybe call Dad back here, but see how it goes. Here's that chamfer I was talking about. So that's kind of angles it in there and guides all the seals and the O-rings into place. So here's my knife in a file version of it. It's not quite as clean, but that worked like a charm on the other side, so should work here too. Dad's on his way over to help me push this into place. I don't think I'll be able to do this one alone, so wait for him. Well, it's dark here. It's 6:30 already now. That sucks. But these two pipes went together super easy. No problem at all. Really surprising. We got it all backfilled with sand and packed up over there underneath the pad there where I had to dig it out. Yeah, I was really surprised at how easy it was to pop those together. So that's a good kind of surprise. So I haven't done a little walk around update for a little while. Got lots going on again. We've got electrical rough-ins started. Nothing's really cleaned up yet. It's all just sort of ran. We've got some of our bathroom fixtures in. This one actually showed up damaged, so he's gonna go back. But that's what it'll look like there. We've got our HRV runs up. Yeah, electrical's all roughed in here. More HRV stuff. So this will be that kind of central exhaust fan that brings fresh air in and sucks air out as well. Here's our tub for the master bathroom here. I have to build a frame for it yet, so it kind of drops in there. And then I have to figure out some sort of a removable panel on here that's going to look nice, because we have to be able to access all this stuff here in case it ever breaks down on us. So the tub that Candace ordered, I shook my head when I read the specs, but it needs 3 20 amp GFI circuits to it. One for the water pump, one for the air pump. So it's got jets and bubbles, and it's also got an inline heater. That's always the problem with jacuzzis, I found. Like, you start moving the water around and all of a sudden the water gets cold. So this one, that won't be a problem. But 3 20 amp circuits this silly tub needs, so it's like, holy cow. This is how we're doing the boxes on the ICF. Just regular, device boxes don't work because they've got screws that stick out the back and you can't really fasten it to the concrete properly. So I just got regular 4x4 boxes. We use these in commercial electrical all the time. and I'll have to show you kind of how that works here. But there's we call it a mud ring, and it's the device, or it's a little piece that the drywallers would cut around, and this kind of reduces it down to the proper size for, you know, our covers, like our you know, decorative covers after to work on. So that'll go on there like that. And our wiring, we just have to notch it in and then spray foam it full again once we're done with the wiring. But that will just cut a little notch all the way down through the foam, tuck this wire in there nicely, spray foam it again. Same thing with the plugs here. Anything on the outside walls, that's kind of how you have to do it, or else you have to buy those, like, what were they, $10 or $11 each, those ICF boxes, which I did not want to do. So there's really not that many. I think there's only a dozen or so. There's a couple in the kids' rooms. There's one in the bathroom there. Yeah, like I say, this is all just here for now, so nothing's finished. So what else have we got going on? So here's that conventional style concrete wall. Yeah, all muddy here again. It's kind of frozen right now. So they use these snap ties. These go right through and they pop out on the outside, and they slide these rods through. This was my job back when I worked for Mark, to hammer these rods through the snap ties, and then you go back after and you just hit them with a hammer, and these will break off. These rods will fall to the ground, and then you could strip the form off, and you're left with a concrete wall there. So that's the other way to do it. Back in, you know, conventional concrete basement, that's how they do it. so this stuff's pretty slick. Yeah. Stretch it out with the expander. Usually you don't have to heat it up, but it's cold out today and it was giving me grief. These little collars wanted to slide up the pipe instead of stretch out because they were too cold. So I figured just heat it up a little bit with a heat gun. Then everything's working really well. So I did this with a 3/4 inch trunk here to feed our bathroom. I did a 3/4 inch to feed the main bathroom here, the kids' bathroom. And then I just did a 1/2 inch kind of run for our laundry room. And I did another 3/4 inch run here for the kitchen. So yeah, that expander tool makes it pretty easy. Like, there's no soldering, there's no torches, there's nothing. You just stretch it out and stick it on. It used to be called Wurzbo. I think they call it ProPex now or something like that. But I still call it a Wurzbo expander. But yeah, it's pretty cool.